It is finally time to open the Simucube mystery case, and after all the crazy predictions from you guys, see what is really inside. Well, it is huge active pedal and probably even more expensive. I'm kidding. This is the new Pro version I predicted like 2 years ago, and the original first model is renamed to Ultimate. That means it is new cut version with reduced price in which some features are missing, but let's see what exactly we are losing and if that changed the experience at all. The disclaimer first, Simucube sent that sample for test and review, and obviously I test the Pro side by side with the Ultimate as a brake almost 3 months now, and from the first week I've said to Simucube team that this new version will totally kill the Ultimate, and here is why. From effects point of view, they use the same technology and software, which means we are not missing a single feature. As a brake setup, motor vibrations, ABS, TC, G-force, brake threshold, brake lockup, all the same effects for both models with percentage and control intensity and frequency. If I have to be super picky with the same intensity on the sliders, the effects on the Ultimate are a bit more pronounced, but just adding 5-10% more intensity on the Pro, they become absolutely indistinguishable, and I have the room to tweak that as I am far from 100%. However, one thing the new Pro pedal is slightly better is the grainy feeling in long travel. As a brake setup in short travel, they feel very smooth and natural, but as a throttle with long travel is that grainy feeling underneath, which feels a bit smoother in that new model. That being said, I still prefer the active over the passive throttle because of the enormous settings possibilities, and that grainy feeling in action totally disappears for me. In terms of travel, the Ultimate is just a bit more versatile, and depending on the hardware configuration can go from 62 to 79mm end-to-end movement, and the Pro is up to 74. First thing we really lose in the Pro is that piston position adjustment, which in the Ultimate gives option to go from 120 kg max force to 150 and from 62 to 79mm travel, while the Pro is fixed to 110 max force and 74mm full travel. However, if you are like me, that won't be any downgrade, as I never use more than 90 kg on my brake and 18 to 22mm travel. I can still max out the 110 or even the 150 kg, but that only will bring discomfort, knee pain and worse driving performance on the track. On the pedal plate, I don't see any difference, as we can go up and down and create different angle. So, apart from those few small differences which may matter or not for you, the actual experience is absolutely indistinguishable as a brake or clutch, and even slightly better on the Pro throttle in terms of smoothness. Setting the pedal is absolutely the same procedure. Choose the pedal function, the starting point and total travel, calibrate the sensor and move to the main page where the magic happens. Here we can really spend the entire life tweaking the feeling and match it to a real car or personal taste. For example, my personal taste is progressive hydraulic-like pedal at around 90 kg max. So, first I will check out how much tension I apply while resting my feet on the plate when driving under pressure, because sometimes I just rest my feet and add some braking input, and it looks like 5.5 kg is perfectly fine. Then I will set the travel, and the sweet spot for me is about 20mm. 90 kg force is also absolutely fine for an hour stint, and now I want to make it feel just a bit progressive as in real car. The first 90% will be linear and the last 10% will be exponentially harder with small travel, which allowed me to modulate the initial hard braking. It is crazy how with few mouse clicks I managed to create the perfect brake pedal for my personal taste. And then moving to the effects, my favorite are the brake threshold at around 84% for iRacing, which helps me feel exactly at what percentage my inputs are on the heavy straight line braking, and then the ABS, which helps the trail braking going into the corner under light brake inputs. Depending on how I feel driving under pressure, I will tweak the intensity and the frequency to separate those effects from each other, and with few mouse clicks, again, I have created the best brake pedal for my taste. Now, because the tricks here have evolved with the time and I get haptic feedback from the motion and the belt tensioner, I don't use any of the other effects, but they can definitely add some immersion for rigs without any feedback. Another effect you may love is the tire lock, which can help with the cars without ABS, even if it won't save the slide in real time, but after hours of practice can clearly expose those limits of the tire grip and help with the creation of new muscle memory. And the motor vibration and G-forces can add some fun factor to the experience. That being said, if I start switching the Pro with the Ultimate with that same profile and really give attention, the compression feeling is absolutely the same, and going super picky, the feedback is just a bit more pronounced on the Ultimate, but adding 10% intensity to the Pro, they feel 100% the same. Now, if 110 kilo max force cover our needs and anything below that pressure gives indistinguishable experience, this product is still very expensive, but €600 cheaper is actually a significant cut from the Ultimate. What we'll use in the Pro version is few physical adjustments, some force which won't be useful for most of us I guess, the daisy chain which allowed the Ultimate to use single power supply, but that model is mostly intended for those who want single active pedal as a brake and use it with their existent pedals, or the passive throttle even if it's possible to get 3, but will require 3 sockets for each power supply, and in my opinion the biggest downgrade is the warranty, which is 2 years for the Pro and 5 years for the Ultimate. Simucube are well known as the most reliable on the market, and that may not be even a consideration, but for the peace of mind, 5 years for some may make actually difference. There are also some cosmetic differences, as the Pro is 20mm longer and use different faceplate with extra rubber pad for those who want more grip, but again, experience-wise at 110 kilo and below are absolutely equal. As a clutch system, it won't make any difference to the top model, as 110 kilo is probably triple than the pressure from any clutch, and again, it's using the same effects, and as a throttle is slightly smoother but still have that bit grainy feeling in long travel. I know there will be people who will still buy the flagship model even after everything I've said, as so many people live in completely different standards and €600 won't be questioned at all, but it's nice to know that for us the mortals who will probably take a loan or sell a kidney will still get the same experience from the same features, and it is still product for math enthusiasts, and the significant price reduction will make some of you do the step. And one thing I can promise you is, if 110 kilo covers your needs, the experience is again absolutely the same. That's the reason after a week of testing I said to Simucube team that they are killing their own product, but the answer was clear. The engineers didn't want to cut nothing from the experience and wanted only to find a way to reduce the production price and make it a bit more affordable. If I have to criticize something, it will be hard, as those two models are on their own league and can be compared to anything else, but as the new ones have better price with minor changes without taking anything from the experience and even being one click smoother in throttle configuration, there is nothing really to complain about. My personal wish was for a way more simple version and maybe 1K total price, but Simucube have their own standards and don't care about personal wishes, and I guess they have the right to do as they wish and produce equipment they are happy with. So it can be used as add-on with Ultimate model for those who already have those. It can be used as standalone with your current pedals, but the link hub is required or can be combined with the passive throttle and the pedal plate they offer. Either way we go, €600 will be the total cash we're gonna save, and if you join the ADAC Expo at Dortmund next week, you will have the chance to test this beast, and whatever questions you have, let me know on the comment section, so I will make sure to create a video based on what you need to know.